We asked men, what's the biggest no-no on the first date? Before we start, give this video a thumbs up for good luck, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss new videos. Thanks. If you'd like to hear about a story that involves a shark and a Honda, keep on watching. Talking about yourself and not asking questions. I had a date, a few weeks ago, who didn't ask me a single question for an hour. Edit. I just want to add, not even a, what about yourself, when I asked a question. I have really good speaking ability, but even I was mad impressed with myself that I somehow was able to keep that conversation going for 60 whole frigging minutes, with such full stops to every answer. After that, she got a little drunk, and started actually asking me stuff. She also wanted to see me again. LOL. No thank you. I like keeping myself sane. Bringing her friend along. That shit happened to me once, and I got right out of there, about 5 minutes into piecing everything together, and piecing out. Edit. You'll going get played several times before that threesome comes. Oh my god. That happened to me like 25 years ago, and it was so effing awkward, and the worst part, they expected me to pay for both of them, at the end of dinner. Edit. Since a lot of people are asking, no, I did not end up paying for either of their meals. No, a guy whose date expected him to order several to-go meals at a nice restaurant they were at, so she could take them home to her kids. If she brings her parents along. I once had a booty call through Tinder, a few stops away by train. She'd pick me up at the station. My dad was on that train, and was asking where I'm going. He had to get out at the same stop. Well dad, I'm going to bang a girl I've never met before, after I introduced her to you, because she's picking me up at the same stop you're going. Even better would be, if dad was heading to see her too, like she had two guys coming, in case one flaked, or she wanted an Eiffel Tower. No talking about your ex. Go away. No phones. Go away. Edit. I should have used the right word there. It's complaining about ex. Dated a girl who kept taking her phone out on a date. She even brought it up. Oh my god. I know I keep taking my phone, but oh my god, I sometimes don't realize I'm doing it. In my mind. Oh my god, you're not getting a second date. Oh my god. Oh my god. No phone. No talking about exes. No crazy dates or anything extravagant. The first date should be simple, and the date that you are engaged in learning about the person, to see if more dates follow. I really enjoy a first date just walking through a mall, or along a main street with lots of shops. I want to be able to talk to the person, and find out what kinds of shops they like, shops they don't, revealing all their interests, and the little quirks that come out upon seeing something that makes them happy. Do they tolerate my excitement about Gundam models and video games, or are they rushing me past the things I want to look at? Are their interests something that I might be able to participate with them at? That sort of stuff. External sources of stimuli to spark conversation is key. The whole movie date is so dumb. You spend 2 hours together not talking. WTF. Treating someone like a therapist. How does that make you feel? That was hilarious. Upvoted. Try actually being a therapist. I usually don't share specifics about what I do for a living on the first date. One of two things happens. They assume I am analyzing them, and get weird and openly state, don't analyze me. I don't like to work in my spare time, especially not for free, or some attempt is made to turn it into an actual session. Usually, I handle this with humor, and say something like, well, I can be your therapist or your date, but not both. My hourly rate is X amount, and I'll give you my office number. Oh, but I should warn you, there are extremely firm boundaries around client-counselor relationships, so you're definitely not going to get any perks that are typically associated with dating. So, would you like to continue with dinner, drinks, or should I leave you my card? Do not suggest going to a seedy motel, especially if you drive a full-size conversion van. If you already have the van, there's no need for a motel. Flirting with staff. Don't care how attractive they are. Went for a date with this girl once, and our waiter was a very attractive dude. Whenever he'd come to the table, she'd start fiddling with her hair, and would completely zone out. She'd even get all flushed and giggly. She kept looking around the dining room from time to time, thinking it wasn't obvious, and when she'd see him, she'd stare at him for a good few seconds, and would completely forget what we were talking about. What an awkward date. Anyway, she sees him walk over to the bar, which was just slightly out of my view, and excuses herself to go to the washroom. Turns out, she went to get his number. Dude comes immediately over to me at my table and tells me what happened. At that point, I was like, fuck it, you can have her. He said not a chance, and that, A, the bro code wouldn't allow for it, and B, if she's going to do that sort of thing, he wants nothing to do with her either. Also, he gave her some random number. What a waste of my time that night was. Tell me you at least got the dude's number yourself. Dude sounds like a good friend to have. Actually, I did, but not that night. It's a relatively local bar for me, and we struck up a convo next time I was there, mostly ragging on that girl, and we exchanged numbers because we both love to golf. He's been a golf buddy of mine for a few years now. That's definitely worth the bad date. I'm a big fan of sarcastic humor, and it is my theory that most people are. But when you are getting to know someone in the beginning, it's difficult to know what they are joking or being sarcastic about, and what is genuinely their opinion. So, some things should wait until you get to know your date better. When you accidentally let your dark humor slip on a first date, and you say to yourself, "Welp, guess we know now if they are cool with this." Oh, man. I work in healthcare. My humor is not for everyone. I was a cop for 20 years. Gals would ask, "Oh, tell me a crazy story." I'd say, "Not yet. I'd like a second date." "Hey, I want you to meet my parents. Jennifer, these are my folks, Charlie and Morgan." Had a girl ask me to meet her dad on the second date, and she got pissed when I said no. I was pretty baffled, like, "Lady, I hardly know you." Asking for a threesome. I saw a post about a girl who brought her friend on the date. It all makes sense now. Nah, I think they just wanted free food. Stinky breath, stinky body, stinky clothes or hair, being dirty, showing up late and not caring or apologizing. Alright man, you seem to be very specific about those. Any backstory to them all? Or was it just one date, where she came over being late, because she was trying to get to the city center through the sewers to avoid jams, and got lost? Trying to impress the lass, with the king fart, only to realize you just shat your Honda. I read this as if you were a narrator from a life documentary. The male of the species must attract a female by presenting her with the most impressive flatulence. If things go right, he will have a mate for life. Sometimes though things go wrong, and he defecates on himself, showing the female he lacks control and self-knowledge. She will find him unsuitable for mating, and look for another suitor.